Hey there everyone, I'm Dresden, and welcome back to another episode of Downhill Madness. For this episode, we're running 3 more vehicles, but this is a special episode because this is the Bugatti episode. It's very loud when you turn this way. We have 3 Bugattis here. We have the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, the Bugatti Chiron First Edition, and the Bugatti Divo. And we're going to be running these 3 vehicles today. And we're going to start off with the Bugatti Veyron. This was made about 10 years ago now. No, it's longer than that, 2006-ish. I don't fully know. I feel like I should know this. Pretty cool. We're going to go ahead and run it. This is the Veyron Supersport in a color palette that I made with a randomizer. We're going to do 1 run with the ESCs on in all these vehicles, and then if we need it, we're going to do 2 runs with the ESCs turned off. Which we may need, because that'll turn off traction control and stuff. Okay. Off to a good start. We're front wheel drive now. So that's great. Also, you can see in the bottom left, I don't know if it was there for the last video, but it's definitely there now. I have a brake temperature reader thing. So it'll tell us the temperature of our brakes. I don't know if anyone really cares about that, but I thought it was neat, and I saw it, and I decided to put it on the screen. So, enjoy, if you want to know how hot my brakes are. Just some fancy, neat information that I thought was kind of cool. So, this isn't doing great. Of course, we hit that rock in the beginning. That was pretty good. Rear left half shaft is broken. So that wheel is flopping around. Still front wheel drive because our drive shaft snapped. Front wheel drive with 3 wheels attached to the vehicle. How good is that? In a Bugatti Veyron, this is not the normal situation a Bugatti Veyron would be in that you would see. It's actually just barely making it out of the 20-mile-an-hour rule that we have set. We have a rule that if the vehicle cannot surpass 20 miles per hour, it is considered out, and it's just barely passing that. I don't know what ESC TSC mode I'm in. It's whatever the vehicle came stock in, so probably some sort of comfort mode. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it is not that bad of a drive mode. And the fact that this thing is driving this well, only being front wheel drive, I'm assuming front wheel drive. It said drive shaft broken, and it shows to be the middle, which I guess means it's rear wheel drive, right? I don't know. Exhaust is damaged, but it sounds the same. We spun out again, so that's good. Oh, that rear wheel. We are overheating big time. That's not good. Engine torque has been reduced. Don't hit the fence. The fence has no collision, but don't hit the fence. Yeah, this is not where you would normally be seeing one of these. I remember the first time I saw one of these, and it was amazing. Not in real life. Don't think I've ever seen one in real life. Maybe once. I really want to, though. Like, get a good picture video of it. Engine oil is critically low. That's no good. In real life, because the Bugatti Veyron is one of my all-time favorite hypercars. Engine's locked up. We have no power to the engine. That's great. We're just gonna do this because I want to. I feel like doing this. So the vehicle is out. We're going to have to do another attempt. We'll turn off the ESC and the TSC, but I want to do this. Boom. Because how often do you see a Bugatti Veyron flying down a cliff? Not very. Not very often, believe it or not. Yeah. Okay. On to attempt number 2. Alright, and for attempt number 2, I have turned the ESC and traction control off. The electronic stability control is what ESC stands for, if you're wondering. That rear spoiler just broke. I don't really understand why it did that. Also, our front tires are bumper is gone. Definitely very slidey. A lot slidier. The traction control and stability control were really doing something before, because you can feel a huge difference. But this feels more like a rally car now, with the almost, I would say, lack of control that I have. The lack of restraint on this vehicle is absurd. That rear bumper just barely hanging in there, which is great. Whoa. Alright. Oil pan is damaged. That's okay. Oil pan's damaged. Our induction system's already gone. It's like wrangling a bull. It's so difficult to control. If you watch my steering graph at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that. The rear wheels barely touch the ground. They are very much cambered for corners, I'm pretty sure. Is what it looks like. Corners on like racetracks. And not what we're doing now. The contact patch is very small on the rear wheels. Exhaust is gone. Engine oil critically low. That front right wheel is busted. Front left wheel also is busted. We can maybe make it down still? I don't think so. I don't think that front left wheel is connected anymore. We haven't gotten a message for it. Oh, I hit my hand on the desk. Sorry if you heard that. Yeah, that front left wheel is no longer connected to the vehicle. It's just flailing around. It would probably be better if we just lost it completely. It still has drive, though. The drive axle's not busted on it. It's just kind of broken. I would not be surprised if this... Yeah, it's not turning left. And front drive shaft's broken completely. You could have seen in the steering, I was, in fact, using it. That did not steer out of this tree. I wouldn't be surprised if all three of these vehicles actually DNF this episode. And it's looking pretty promising, because this is not where the Bugatti Veyron should be right now. It should not be in this tree. Alright, on to attempt numero tres. Number 3 for the Bugatti Veyron. Alright, attempt number 3 for the Bugatti Veyron. And again, with electronic stability control and traction control shut off, because it's easier to drive off-road without those on. Induction system's gone earlier than usual, but only by about 1 bump earlier. Really not strong here. This vehicle's suspension is incredibly stiff. I just chose the stock version. Nothing special about this, just the stock Bugatti Veyron for this attempt, for these attempts. And the suspension is so stiff, in fact, that it is very, very bouncy. You can see the camber on those rear wheels as well while I'm driving. That makes this incredibly difficult to control. Also, it just did a wheelie, which is weird for an all-wheel drive vehicle. Exhaust is damaged. Technically, it should be louder. All it seems to do is pop, pop, bang, bang more. Which is interesting for a French supercar. Pretty sure it's French. Again, don't take my word for any of this. But I'm pretty sure this is a French supercar. Pretty sure Bugatti is French, because the guy who discovered its name was Ettore Bugatti. And even though I just said it in a Spanish accent, I'm pretty sure it's French. Ettore Bugatti. I don't know. You put that in an accent, because I obviously cannot. Okay. That was a little nip on the front right wheel. Not the trees. Be wary of the trees, Mr. Me. Yes, okay, Mr. Me. Even though our induction system's broken, we are not overheating. I don't know if that's because all 4 of our wheels are still working or what, but we are not overheating. The engine temperature does not seem to be going up at the moment, which is nice. I feel like the 3rd attempt might be the best attempt for this here. Bugatti. Brake temperature over 200 degrees. I don't know if that's toasty or not, but I know 200 degrees Fahrenheit is usually pretty toasty, so I'm gonna say it is. Oh, oil's overheating. That's good. There's not much oil in here, so that makes sense. Front left half shaft is broken. Both front wheels are disconnected. I didn't want to see it. But we have one wheel currently connected to the vehicle. 3 wheels are flopping around. I saw this coming. Didn't want to see it coming, though. We have our first ever DNF in all of Downhill Madness. And it's a Bugatti Veyron, which makes sense. Oh, we're falling down a hill. Ah! We're stuck. We can't get up the hill. It's too steep for our little snowman body. We're a snowman, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Just completely broken. That's a shame. Alright, well, first DNF, we know what place this will be in, last. On to the second vehicle. Alright, next up is this. This is the Bugatti Chiron First Edition in a special color that I picked that I don't remember the name of, sadly. You can see what we'll do with DNF vehicles is we'll drag them back up here. I kind of drug it up here a little hard, so you can see the roof is a little busted on it. That's okay. That's what we'll do with all the DNF vehicles. Alright, let's go ahead and start off with the Bugatti Chiron. And ESC and TSC is on for this run, of course. We'll turn it off for the next 2. This mod is a very gorgeous mod. And you will see it again in the next episode. Probably the next episode. Next one or the one after. Because I have a good idea, and I tested it on this vehicle, and it works. So we're going to go with it. Probably this vehicle. No. Maybe. You'll see this vehicle again. That's for sure. Maybe not the first edition, but you will see the Chiron mod again in Downhill Madness. I was hoping we would stop there, but we did not. Front drive shaft is broken. But we are still driving. Hopefully I can find the path here somewhere. Yeah, this is not looking too hot. Uh-oh. Yep. Looking even worse now. Oh, even worse. We're one-wheel drive. The differential will not let us do that. Alright, that was a quick attempt for attempt number 1. Definitely looks not good. We're missing 2 wheels? No, 1 wheel. Pretty sure we still... Why am I going backwards? I glitched the game. Going backwards without hitting the backwards button. Anyway, yeah. Okay. On to attempt number 2. Alright, on to attempt number 2 for the Bugatti Chiron. My bad. As you can see, traction control and stability control is turned off, so it's a little wild to drive, which is what we want. Generally. We do want a little bit controlled. We also want it to be a little wild, a little fun to drive. Pretty sure we just lost a skid plate. That's probably not necessary. On a gravel track like this. Actually, it's more dirt than gravel, I'd say. We broke our radiator. Radiator is now leaking. That's alright. Let's not fly off this corner again. Okay. I'm okay with this. It's not going to be a good time anyway. So, I'm not going to worry about going super fast. Granted, it's going to go super fast anyway. It's a Bugatti Chiron. So, it's going to go quick. Like 300. Actually, this isn't the top speed versions. This is the first edition. But top speed versions can go upwards of like 304 miles an hour. Is top speed for... I don't remember the edition. One of the top speed editions. It's 304 miles an hour. Not this one. But this is not going to hit that. Especially not on a rally course such as this one. I kind of nicked that back left wheel. So that's not good. It's a little bent, but it's still fine for the most part. It's okay though. Oh, brake, 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 brake. We are coming in hot. Don't flip, please. I always flip there and it's never good. I think we broke the suspension on that back right wheel when we nicked that rock. Doesn't look like there's much going on in the way of suspension back there. Also, it pulls to the right now. I don't know if it has been or what. I have been tending to it over the bumps anyway, so I haven't really noticed if it has been. But it definitely is pulling to the right. You know, all things considered, if this does make it to the bottom on this run, it might be a fairly quick time because we're going solid like 50 to 60 miles an hour for most of this, which is pretty intense for what we're doing. Granted, it is, you know, a super hypercar. I'm pretty sure the Chiron is considered a hypercar. It's now a rear-wheel drive hypercar, which is not desired for what we're doing here, or for the Bugatti Chiron in and of itself. That's okay though, because we're still carrying a solid 60 miles an hour-ish down here, which is pretty good. And with stability control and traction control off, it's gonna spin a lot more without that rear wheel. It is overheating, which is not good. In fact, it's overheating very fast and also over revving, which is nice to see. Not really. That's a lie. But we are making it to the bottom, which is great. And I think we are going to, unless something absurd and awful happens on this last turn, which has happened before. But I think the carbon ceramic brakes of this should help it. No. We did go off the edge. That's okay. I'm assuming it has modeled carbon ceramic brakes. I know it has to in real life. Oh no. Dang it. Because we're rear-wheel drive, it can't make it through the dirt, through the sand. I don't think we're gonna get out of the sand before the engine dies. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. Yeah. Alright, well, that's the end of attempt number 2. We're right at the bottom, but we went off that last turn, and that's not good. Alright, on to attempt number 3. Alright, on to attempt number 3. I did hit the Devo pulling out when I previously recorded this attempt, and I did since respawn this vehicle, and I will respawn the Devo, because the wheel is bent and there's a dent in it, which we don't want. We want to stay in one piece for this so that we're car show ready at the end of this course, you know? I feel like someone would go to see this. Like a vehicle that was sent down this rally course, a Bugatti Chiron. I really saved that turn. That was nice. A Bugatti Chiron sent down a rally course. People would go see that. Because it would never happen. I know people off-road their supercars and hypercars. I've seen people off-road a LaFerrari before. And I think a Chiron. I've seen people off-road a Veyron. I've seen someone drive a Veyron into a lake. Definitely off-road vehicles, you know? Definitely. Ooh. These crusted turns are a big problem for me in vehicles that don't handle very well off-road. I have a hard time with them, which is a shame. That's okay though. This is doing pretty well, this attempt. Knock on wood that it won't do worse. We're gonna take this hill a little nicer, like that. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Haven't broken an axle. We have broken the oil pan, I'm pretty sure. And we've also broken our induction, our radiator, our cooling, which is an issue. but it's okay. We're doing pretty good, carrying about 60 miles an hour down there, which I think the TRX that's in first place now carried about 70, so I think it's in first place now. I don't know. I haven't edited the previous video, but I don't think any of those vehicles would have made it that fast. But I don't know. I'll see when I edit. I feel like the TRX is still in first place, so that was a really fast time. That was really good driving on my part. Not to toot my own horn, but like, I think it was 2.5 minutes to get to the bottom. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. But alright. Let's be careful on the turns and hardy on the straights, you know? Like, just on the turns, we gotta be a little wary because it likes to slide. On the straights, it also likes to slide and bounce. However, we can also floor it and get a lot of speed out of it, which is the tactic I will use if we do make it to the bottom. Uh-oh, this turn, this turn. Ah, floor it. Oh, no, poop. We were on a pretty good time. I think since it's still all-wheel drive, we will make it this time, back up this hill. Yes, with ease, in fact. Maybe, 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 maybe. Okay, we're upside down again. That's nice. Good to know. Thank you for that. Alright, still not on the path. Steering is now broken. Head gasket is blown. That's okay, though, because I think we're going to make it to the bottom on the third attempt. That's not the way I'm steering, car. Jeez, car, you should know this. This video, I feel like, is pretty long. Floor it! Let's go, let's go, let's go! And time! That was a cute little flip at the end there. That was nice. We did dent the rear rim with that little flip at the end. You can see a big dent in it there. Engine is knocking, overheating. Our entire rear end is pretty busted. Both rear wheels are sticking out in different directions. But we made it to the bottom. We got a time, and the time is on the screen in the top right. So, I hope it's a good time. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, on to the third and final vehicle for this episode. Alright, and this is the Bugatti Divo. Just a Bugatti Divo. Not a fancy version or anything. Again, traction control and stability control are on for the first run here. It sounds interesting. It doesn't sound like it should. I feel like they should all sound like the Veyron did, because they all have W16 engines in them, and they're all pretty much, from what I know, the same engine with some tune-ups and maybe some displacement. So they should all sound the same, but this sounds like an electric car, which I don't think it is. I don't think Bugatti has an electric car. That was a weird spin that just happened. That's okay, though. Sorry, the game is a little bit laggy. Not very laggy, but having 3 vehicles loaded, which I do still have 3 vehicles loaded. You can tell by the Bugatti Veyron rear bumper that's right there. Also, we drove by it at the beginning. And you can't see the smoke billowing out of the Chiron. But it is, in fact, at the bottom still. To greet us when we inevitably make it in this, because I'm just that good of a driver. Anyway, Bugatti Divo. Don't know the total number of them in real life. I think it's 67. I'm probably wrong, and I will say if I'm wrong in the video. I'll do some research. Pretty sure there's only 67 Divos in the world. 75, 67, something like that. Very rare, pretty sought after, very expensive. About, depending on the one you get, you can get a full exposed, not exposed carbon fiber, but it's a dark blue one. They're selling it in Dubai. I did some research. For somewhere around 10 million US dollars would be the conversion. So like, this is a $10 million car that we're driving right now. That we're rally driving on a rally course. Granted, I think this is in the best condition we've gotten to so far out of any at this point. I think the suspension's a little softer on this. I say as it bounces wildly. I think the suspension is a little softer. I think it is driving a little bit better than the Chiron, and definitely than the Veyron. Then again, we have 3 wheels now with our 4th one running away from us. So that's nice. All right. Well, appreciate that. It's really going. It's flying down. It'll be in the ocean. That's for sure. If we can finish this with 3 wheels, that would be amazing. And it is possible, although I don't know about that turn that I'm really bad at that's coming up soon. I don't know about that turn with 3 wheels. Because turning left is fine, but I don't know about turning right. I know turning left would lift up that left side a little, which would stop it from dragging on the ground. I don't know about turning right. We're about to find out, though, because this is the turn. The oh-so-awful turn that I am, in fact, oh-so-awful at. Take it nicely. Okay. Cool. Give it some gas. Cool. Cool. There's no rocks there, thank goodness, because that would not be good. I just heard glass shatter. So that's probably fine. Brakes. Don't pull a shear on. 3 wheels on the Bugatti Divo. And we made it on the first attempt. In pretty decent condition, too. And I think that was actually a really good time. I don't know why it's creeping forward. I'm not hitting the acceleration. Like, I'll get out. Well, now it's not moving. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we made it on the first attempt in the Bugatti Divo. It's moving. What's it? Whoa! Whoa! What's going on with you? It's like auto driving. What's happening? I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, first attempt. I think that time was pretty good. That's probably good enough to get us in a top 10, maybe even a top 5. Not 100% sure. It really, really, really wants to hit that wall. I'm not driving. You can see at the bottom of the screen, I'm not driving it. In fact, just to show you, I'll get into this car. It's just moving on its own. Okay. Right into the wall. Anyway, Bugatti Divo. First attempt. Pretty good. Alright. On to the leaderboard for today's episode. Ooh, that was a big dent. Alright, and now on to the leaderboard for episode 10. Very special episode with 3 Bugattis. So it's actually pretty fun. In 19th place, we have the Bugatti Chiron First Edition with a time of 3 minutes 39.5 seconds. And rounding out the top 20, we have the Bugatti Divo with a time of 3:42.3. And not shown is the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, which did DNF and will not be shown on the leaderboard. And as always, we're going to launch the last vehicle off the cliff. And oh crap, I left my very expensive hypercars parked right on the edge of the cliff, right where I was going. Well, that stinks. I guess I'm going to lose all 3 of my Bugattis that I personally own in real life right now. Obviously, they're mine. They're spec'd out to my personal liking, and that's upside down, which is impressive. I don't know how it front flipped like that, but okay. Sure thing. Anyway, this is not a view you see every day. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to smash the like button, hit the red subscribe button, and that bell icon down below to get notified of when I upload, because crazy things like this happen where there's 3 Bugattis flying down a cliff in slow motion, which is awesome. And also sad, but awesome. Look at how high the Chiron got. That's amazing. Ooh, big hit on the ground. Boom. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, this has been Dresden on BeamNG.drive, and goodbye.